And I got to introduce my boss. All right. Senator Pam Jochum has served in the legislature since, what was it, Pam, 1992? She was in the House for a goodly number of years, came over to the Senate, quickly became president of the Senate, so I got another Madam President to introduce. And I'm sure she can wing something to say that's motivating us all. So you go for it, Sam.
Oh, gosh, okay. Thank you so much, all of you, and for electing Herman to represent you in the Iowa Senate. You know, honestly, you are the wind beneath our wings. We could not do what we do if it were not for all of you who stand behind us, especially in this kind of environment that we're now working in. So I know I was a party chair at one time, long before I ran for the State House, and I know that it is at the local level where the rubber hits the road. We win or lose our elections by what we do here in turning out the vote, identifying voters, and making sure that they are registered to vote and they get to the polls. So first of all, I just want to thank all of you for all that you have done over the years and what you're about to do in the coming few months. I have traveled over 16,000 miles this summer and this fall. And I can tell you that no matter where I have gone, there is one issue that rises to the top. In small town Iowa, Osage, you name it, it doesn't matter where it was at, a suburb, a city, the one issue everyone seems to be angry about is giving public money to private schools. They are saying point blank, if we're going to give my tax money to a private school, they will live by the same rules and regulations that the public schools have to. They want transparency, and I can tell you that I was the mom of a child with a disability, and Sarah was truly the sunshine of my life. She died a few years ago. But I know that even if there had been a voucher back when she was in the school system, she could not have gone to a private school. So when the governor says this is about parental choice, baloney. It's about private school choice. They decide who's going to go and who's not. And if that child does not get, if they can't provide the services that child needs, they say, there's the public school. We are going to be running on 3 primary values in the coming session and in the coming election. And those 3 values are freedom, opportunity, and accountability. We want the opportunity for every Iowa family to be able to earn a living wage and be able to provide for their family. We want to make sure that we have the freedom to make our own health care decisions, the freedom to love who we love, the freedom to be our authentic selves, the freedom to read the books we want to read. We want a government that is accountable to every taxpayer in this state, and that it is transparent. We have watched what this governor and this legislature has done to Rob Sand in changing the laws to make it harder for him to do his job and not to be able to expose any corruption that might be happening. That is a recipe for corruption, when you shut off the public from how they are spending their money in every department in state government. It is wrong. It is wrong when the governor is consolidating her power by reorganizing state government, eliminating boards and commissions that provide safety to many Iowans. When they do this and start eliminating boards and commissions, it silences our voice. It silences our voice. Those boards and commissions were created to give all of us a voice in our government. What I know Iowans want is a government that is responsive to their needs, that hears them, that listens to them, that understands them, Because they know when we don't understand them and their problem, we can't solve it. What I have noticed over the last few years in the Senate is a lack of empathy, a lack of caring about one another. Somehow we got to this point, not all of us obviously, or we wouldn't be here tonight, but we are now to a point where we have to run someone else down to make ourselves look good. This last session was, in my humble opinion, the most cruel toward children, especially children who are different. That is not the Iowa I grew up in or the Iowa that I love. And that is another question I have heard over and over again as I have traveled, and it is, what the hell happened to Iowa? So I'm going to tell you that there are signs of hope out there because the political winds are beginning to change. They're beginning to change when I do go to those little towns and they say, this is wrong, I want funding for my public school, public money for public schools. End of story. We want local government to have local control. We don't want the state to come in and think they are the school board and the city council and the board of supervisors, because we know our community and we can govern it. So my friends, we need your help. Be generous tonight. I know you're going to burn to the shoe leather. I know you're going to be the truth tellers, because God knows we need to expose the Republican lies and the liars who tell them. And if we do it, we're going to win. Thank you so much.